Mike Ryan has fled the studio the way that Amin once fled the court when Tim Duncan roared after making a game-winning shot. Mike Ryan has left because he's seen this face. He's seen this name. It's a 14-time NBA All-Star, MVP, Finals MVP, NBA champion. And when I look at him, on behalf of Miami, I think Izzy will vouch for me on this. It is the highest compliment you can give in sports, which is, I do not dislike this man, even though he broke my heart. I must respect it. His excellence was such. I saw what those Miami teams became, and he slayed them, not by himself, but it damn sure looked like it was by himself, with him and J.J. Barea on his back like a spider monkey, like a howler monkey, carrying them and beating Dwyane, LeBron, and Chris Bosh. Izzy, am I wrong? When you see this face, all you can give it is like with Kawhi Leonard. It's like, look, man, that 1 year, nobody was going to stop you.
100%.
So thank you,
so
Dirk.
sweet.
Thank you, Dirk. No, but you know that that's what you did to Miami that year. People were questioning you.
Yes, that's true. But after 2006, I had to come back and do something, right? That was a tough year where we were up 2-0 on you guys, and we were in a great position to win it all. And there's just that whole week, back in the days, it was still the 2-3-2. And that whole week in Miami where we lost 3 straight was like a week from hell. So that'll never let me down. But I'm glad we got back in 2011, had the chance to redeem ourselves.
I'd be curious, Dirk, given how that went in 2006, like I know a lot of people in retrospect will say, we were the better team. But you'd have a pretty good argument if you thought those 3 games, Avery Johnson never stopped doubling Shaq. Like if some things had changed there, it felt like Dallas was the better team. Would you ever say that having lost?
I mean, I don't know. We were up 2-0. And we were up, over 10 points in the third game with 5-6 minutes left. So, I mean, we made a pretty good case over the almost 3 games that we were the better team. But, you can never not close and say you were the better team. Now, you can say maybe in a series of 1 game, where you lose, you can say, we were a better team, but you can't say that in a 7-game series. That's the better team usually wins. So I can't sit here and say we were the better team. I think we definitely had our chances, but once I think our experience wasn't quite there yet. Once we lost game 3, they came back. Game 4 was a complete blowout, and then it was so mental. I mean, you guys were in our heads. We switched hotels. I mean, it was that whole week. Like I mentioned earlier, was just one of the toughest weeks I've ever been a part of in the NBA. So that was a week to forget. And then we came home down 3-2. Still have 2 home games. All we had to do was win game 6, force it to a game 7, have a home game for game 7, and we just couldn't stop the bleeding and win game 6. So yeah, that's.
Dirk, when you guys switched hotels, it was over. It was over. The Miami Heat knew it was over at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. I think that was just something Coach Avery tried after game 4. It was just so ugly. We got blown out. It wasn't even close. And so he's like, pack your stuff. We're leaving right now. We're leaving. And so we all had to go upstairs and pack our bags, and basically checked in somewhere in Fort Lauderdale somewhere. And, it was once it got that far, that was pretty tough. You guys were in our heads.
Dirk, I've never been more upset with players that wear Heat uniforms than I was when Dwyane and LeBron mocked you for supposedly not being sick. Like, why would you fake being sick? It's ridiculous. But that was part of the relationship between you and Dwyane. He also said something, I think, where you maybe weren't a great leader or something like that. Could you describe sort of the relationship between you and Dwyane? Because you are 2 superstars who shouldn't be disliked by anybody, but for a stretch there, you disliked each other.
Yeah, I think it started with competition, and with competition every now and then, emotions run a little high, and I think what started his comment was when I said we shouldn't have lost that series. I think I said, obviously I was frustrated afterwards. I said they stole I think this Heat stole this and we gave it away, something like that. And I think that really triggered him because he felt like that this was disrespectful to their efforts, and rightfully so. So that was totally me after losing the series, saying something that, obviously wasn't true. And he played an unbelievable series, and so they obviously deserved it. I just felt like we didn't quite execute. We didn't have experience. We didn't know how to close. So I think that triggered it all. And then he said some stuff that I didn't appreciate. And so there was some, I wouldn't say heated. There was just we kind of ignored each other for a couple of years. And there was just no relationship. There was no talking. Or even when we saw each other somewhere, there was no conversations. So, and then yeah, in 2011, it's kind of fitting then that we saw each other again, and it's always good now to say we're 1-1 with the Miami Heat in the finals, and so that's all that matters. But we're super cool now. We obviously win the Hall of Fame together last summer, and that was an incredible experience and kind of a bonding thing. And on his podcast, we actually had a little moment where we talked about or aired out some of the stuff that was said, and so I think everything was kind of, obviously in the heat of the moment and emotions, and but I don't have a problem with obviously Dwyane as a person.
That's fine, but I want the innermost thoughts when you're in a room together and you see him and you're like, I'm not going to talk to him, and if he comes over here, I'm not going to talk to him. Like, I want your innermost thoughts in there.
I think it was just like, we kind of both acted the other person doesn't exist. I think to this day, and was it 2007 maybe, in the All-Star game in Vegas, we were the only All-Star starters that didn't high five. I think in the history of the All-Star game. So I think that kind of sums it up.
So wait a minute.
Bit.
So you're pretending he's invisible. You're like, I'm competing with him at not letting him know I know that he exists over there.
We're both acting like the other person wasn't there. It was just awkward, and like I said, it was just something silly. But it started with both sides saying something that wasn't appreciated, and I wouldn't even say there was just no relationship. Neither guys wanted to talk to the other or wanted to have a conversation, and we left it at that.
Well, perhaps I can make you giggle with this and bring you closer to your good friends, because insults and laughter are the shared intimacy of our language among men in sports. So here you go. I'm going to tickle you a little bit. Give me all your honest thoughts here at this Dwyane Wade statue.
Well, he chose this moment. This is my house, and it's the same artist that did mine in Dallas. So I can't be too critical.
Oh no! So you can't say that looks like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool after he's been burned.
Oh man, the weather is it's cold outside here in Europe right now, but no, it's. Dwyane was obviously involved from the beginning, so that's obviously the most important thing. If he's happy and he feels like this represents him the right way, then we all should be moving on.
Meech, what are you laughing about?
No, it's just incredibly diplomatic.
It was so good. It was so nice. I tried to bait him into it. He wouldn't do it. John Amaechi is here. Dirk, do you remember ever playing against John Amaechi?
He absolutely does not. I would have been on the bench. He would have been on scoring, and I would have been on the bench.
Yeah, I obviously remember you from Orlando. When I got in the league, were you still in Orlando, or?
I think I may have been last year in Orlando.
Amin, can you find for me, please, some head-to-head stats in Amaechi's games against Dirk Nowitzki?
Why would we do that?
Nowitzki, please?
One of the two of us talking has a statue, and the other one does not.
The other one is a statue.
Which is why I beat his ass.
Yeah.
I noticed that Tony is not brave enough to suggest he could beat you in
Who,
one-to-one.
to Dirk?
Yes.
Dirk is a childhood idol of mine. I wore 41 as a kid because of Dirk. I was a bigger kid.
That evaded answering the question.
But I'm talking to childhood hero really quick though. I was a bigger kid that had a jumper, and I always looked at Dirk and be like, if I can hit like a one-legged fadeaway in the JCC at 5 years old, like I was the guy.
Again,
you're the
I didn't hear an
guy.
answer to the
Oh,
question.
that's
Though.
sweet.
What was the question?
He was asking you. We didn't want to hear from what your jump shot was at 5 years old. We wanted to see whether you could, whether you feel like if you played Dirk right now, how do you think you would do?
Do I get ball first or no?
See, this is absurd.
Dirk, that guy in the back thinks.
It's a big question with me too. Is it make it, take it, and who gets the ball first?
Exactly
If you
right.
can't defend, then it's very important. Is it make it, take it, or who has the ball first? So I get that. I ask that all the time too.
Okay, but he is in my studio in the back row, and he thinks he can beat you.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, but you know,
There it is.
I do have some health issues, so my mobility is more than suspect these days. But listen, I'll just take 2 dribbles, put you down on the block, and it's night.
There you go.
The one-legged fadeaway.
And there it is.
When I grew up watching, he'd hit it on me. It's
but
amazing.
what if you miss one? Is what the question. But Dirk, what if you miss one?
He's got to miss a lot more.
So
than
if I miss one, I'm gonna use my length and my experience, and so I'm gonna give you a little cushion. I'm gonna watch if you can hit the first couple, and then if you make one, then I gotta make you, do something else. I'll use my length at 7 feet with a long reach, and see where this is taking me.
We're going to test the lateral quickness for sure. Give you maybe an up and under, see if you can get around.
Dirk, I feel like
lateral.
Dirk,
Hey, listen.
I don't feel like you're moving all that well these days. 20 years of running up and
Honestly,
down at that
hey.
size.
You know what? Lateral movement was an issue at 25, so it for sure is an issue at 45.
And he still has a
I
statue.
wasn't known for getting out there and showing on pick and rolls, and that was tough for me 20 years ago. You don't want to see my lateral movement now.
Dirk, do you have one moment? I'm not talking about winning the championship, but at any point in any of these games, do you feel one moment that feels better than all the others? That at the end of a game, something you did where you were like, this is the best that this can feel, trying to be excellent at this all my life?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say 2011 was a great run, but some of the best playoff runs that I've had or maybe the best run I've ever had was probably in 06 when we got to the finals to beat the Spurs in that 7-game series and win Game 7 on the road at the Spurs. Was probably one of my greatest wins and greatest achievements. They were always the big brother, the big rivalry, and they always beat us. And so to get through there was just an amazing feeling. To beat that team. Obviously, we all know how good the team was, how well coached they were. And so to get through there was probably the best series that I've been a part of over the whole 7 games. And probably the best I've played over 7-game stretch in my life.
We will tell the people about what you're doing with December 21st, World Basketball Day. But, just get me the head-to-head stats between Dirk Nowitzki and John Amaechi.
Did you find it?
What a jerk.
I got him right in front of me. You guys met 7
All right.
times. Seven times.
Okay.
I must have been on the bench a lot.
You played quite a few minutes in the last meeting when you were playing for the Utah Jazz. You played 20 minutes. You were 0 for 4 in that game.
Nice
0
work.
points, 2 fouls, 4 rebounds. Dirk had 21 and 6. So pretty good job right there.
Yeah, not bad.
I feel like that's a pretty indicative matchup. Yeah. That's-
But you were
Take it
3 and 4 against Dirk in your career. So you can hold your head high. Now, if you want the averages, Dirk averaged 21.6 points, 8.9 rebounds, and almost a block a game. You averaged 1.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, and almost a turnover and a half a game. So
What's amazing about that is that 2.3 points, that must be almost higher than my actual average.
It is.
You also held Dirk.
You raised your average those nights.
Right? I really picked it up on those days.
And you also held Dirk below his averages. Like, those numbers are not as good as Dirk's numbers. So
Younger.
you're basically a Dirk Stopper as far as I can
Shut
tell.
him down. That's nice. That's nice.
I would say let's leave it at that.
Tell us about what you're doing, Dirk, because you've become an ambassador for the game, World Basketball Day. You've always been an ambassador for the game. The global impact of basketball, unity through the game. You are doing what now in terms of selling the game? Because right now, the NBA is taking quite the hit when it comes to people are saying ratings are indicative that the sport isn't as interesting as it used to be.
Yeah, and I saw that too, and I'm not quite sure what to say to that, or what, whether if it's young guys or young people don't really watch that much TV anymore, or don't sit in front of a TV for 2.5, 3 hours anymore. I'm not quite sure. Is it really the game? Is it really that we're shooting too many threes? I just don't see that being the main reason why people don't watch our game anymore. I don't really believe that. I'm sure there's lots of other things or factors going into that. If I knew the answer, I would probably work it in New York in the commissioner's office. But you know, for World Basketball Day, Luca is launching his foundation, and for one of his things that he wants his foundation to do is help basketball worldwide. So he put together like a committee of guys that help out and want to give back and grow the game and give back to the future players. And so it's going to be interesting. I think how he wants to do it, I'm going to let him tell the story when it launches in a couple of days. But there's some cool guys, some cool basketball minds. Steph Curry's on the committee, me, Steve Nash, Grant Hill, lots of others. So I think we're just trying to help the game grow and develop in the right way. And so we'll see what we come up with in the next few years, and then how we take this, which direction this will go. But I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'm surprised that Luca would make that one of his missions of the foundation, which is amazing at that age, that he's already thinking about what can I do for the next generation. So I'm super glad and honored to be a part of it, and we'll see where this goes, where this grows.
Dirk, you're good friends with Steve Nash. You guys played together in Dallas, and then Steve obviously went on to Phoenix. Did you guys ever talk about what would have happened had you guys stayed together?
Yeah, I know that's your guy. Steve, I sometimes go back and think a little bit. What if? I think there were a couple years there where some championships were for the taking. We're starting in '05, maybe '06, '07. Obviously the Spurs were great. And then, when Powell went to Lakers, obviously, then that they took over. And before that, KG and Paul Pierce went to Boston. KG and Ray Allen joined Paul Pierce, so that would have been tough squads to beat. But right before then, I think there were some years where it would have been possible. But hey, you just never know. I think at the end of the day, us separating was probably also good for our careers. We both had to take on more responsibility, and we probably grew in ways that we might have not grown together because of the responsibility we had to take without each other. And that Phoenix team was just perfect for him, for his skill set, for the speed he played the game at, and the athleticism around him was just perfect. And so I don't know. Like I said, there were some few years where
Oh, stop it, Dirk. Stop it with I don't know. Stop it. Dirk, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this. Dirk, I'm so tired after 20 years. Like, always the diplomat. Like, stop, all right? We love watching those teams. You can say, yeah, we would have won a couple of championships. We could have stayed together. Yeah. You were great together. We loved watching it together.
Yeah.
Ever the
Yeah,
diplomat. I'm sorry to yell at you. Why am I yelling at you?
No, it was good. I needed it to wake up. But no, we had a great squad, and we loved playing with each other, and we had great chemistry. And so, would that have translated? Would we have stayed healthy together? I mean, who knows? There's a thousand questions, but I think we would have had a good shot.
He is being basically brought to you on behalf of basketball. He's sponsored by basketball. It is December 21st, is Saturday. It's World Basketball Day. It's brought to you by Dirk Nowitzki and basketball. Dirk, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate the time, sir. Always good seeing you. Maximum respect, sir.
Good to see you guys. All the best.
Thank you.
In the history of South Florida, there have not been a lot of enemies like that dude, that the echo and the enduring thing is, I really have to respect everything that was, because he beat the respect out of me. Like, I knew the squad I had I knew what I had, and Dirk beat them, and holy shit, how did he beat them? Like that, what a great presence to walk into a room with. Like, I wish I could carry something that felt like that around. Walk into a city, and it's like, no, I took down your dragon. Like, you were really proud of that team.
And he couldn't even move laterally.
No,
he said it himself.
Couldn't
Kicked your
move
ass.
laterally and go ahead and recognize the second best player I had on that team in the street. Like that's crazy what that dude did. Yeah. Can we do Stump the Meech? It's long overdue. People love Stump the Meech. We got to go out to Rose. People love Rose. She's becoming a star quickly around here, and she's got some legitimate toys now finally, so we could show off some toys. I told them to hurry up and buy all of those. They're making us
you
look
have to
bad.
match those.
I'm not going to match what I already just paid to put those out there. Can you please do we have imaging for Stump the Meech? We don't have imaging. This deserves imaging. How do we not have imaging for this? All right, let's begin, Chris Cody. How much do you dread this, Meech, or are you excited right now?
Not at all. I've won many times.
You have not won.
Debatable.
Maybe a couple.
But this is the problem. Anyway, I've won many times.
You have not won many times. It's an impossible game to win. He's never won. Let's play the first Stugotz mispronunciation.
Bremer.
No idea.
No.
Bremer.
Is this the easy one that we're starting off with?
This is the easy one.
It actually is.
Bremer.
That's not fair to go this hard.
One more time.
Bremer.
No, I don't know.
See, I know what it is, and I hear it clearly. It's one of those ones, once I tell you, you're going to hear it.
Is it one word or two words?
One word.
I thought it was plumber.
I don't like when we guess before me.
Don't guess, because otherwise it pollutes the stream.
I will
here.
say,
Pollutes
though,
the
it's
stream.
not plumber, just to take all the confusion
So go
out of
on.
it.
Bremer.
It's one of two things, I think.
I don't think
Come on.
anybody knows what you're saying.
Let's get Amaechi's guess, and then everybody else can try to
So
guess.
one more time.
Bremer.
No, I've got nothing. I think bloomer, but that's all I can hear.
Bremer.
Remember?
Roy got it right. It's
Hey!
Remember.
Hey! I know my Stugotz.
Now, once I say it, now you hear
Now
it.
you can hear it. Now you can hear it.
Bremer.
No, I can't hear it.
No, it
Okay.
just sounds like a frog.
All right. It does. It does.
Bremer.
If I told you
Bremer.
you were sleeping at night,
Bremer.
Where is that thing? Get it out of here.
Call the cops.
It is a
Bremer.
frog.
It is a frog, actually. That's a really good call.
Bremer.
outside your window, I want you to imagine. Is it moving? You're hearing its ribbit.
It looks like Stugotz. That's in my mind.
This.
Let me hear the
Perfect
second one.
image.
This is not great for Meech to come out 0-1.
No, everything's fine.
Pieces.
Pieces? Is it one word or two words?
One word.
One word.
That is someone who's been electrocuted.
This is the same swamp scene. The frog is outside. That is a mosquito hitting one of those electrical things.
Ah, yes.
Bremer.
This is an animal. What is the world's most terrifying
Bremer.
farm?
Bremer.
That's a toad. That is a toad that doesn't have two of its legs.
Bremer.
Falls off on its side.
Bremer.
Any guesses?
Pieces?
Is that your final answer?
The mosquitoes are
Yeah.
dying here, John. You got to give an answer.
Any guesses around the room?
Because
Is it former Panthers goalie John Van Beesbrook?
The Beezer? No, this is business.
Why is he saying it like that? What? Like he's got his nuts in a vice or something.
What? This is not going well because
bollocks.
he's
You've gotta
0-2.
stop. It's fine.
You're 0-2. It's not fine. You're
It's
going to lose.
fine.
You're going to lose.
Thank you for this word. Thank you for being my friend.
I want you to be
these
in it
moments.
at the end. I want it to be close. I
You
don't
know he
want.
doesn't go home and cry after losing this day.
That's because I've won many times.
He's very competitive.
Listen, I'm fine.
All right, number 3.
Dot.
This isn't fair.
That's not a full word.
Is that one word or two?
It's one word.
How's that going to be two
No,
words?
no, don't do that. Don't gaslight me about this. We've had many times where there's been an utterance that sounds like he's been shocked, and it's ended up being a complete sentence.
What animal is this in this haunting?
It's like a rabbit.
This
Like-
haunting garbage garden.
Hop it.
It's a different frog.
It is a different.
Here, let's
Different
do,
species, yeah.
Let's do two frogs arguing with each other in the night.
Remember?
In the night.
That one's so good.
Rumor. Rumor.
And then just occasionally a mosquito getting hit in the background.
Wait, okay, so you have that being the sound of a moth hitting that
Yes.
the thing that kills them on the porch because they're
That's
attracted
exactly
to light.
right. That's
Okay,
exactly right. That's exactly right.
you got
Okay.
a guess here?
Down to business. Just keep going.
You have
keep
no
going.
shot here.
Keep going.
I'm just going to play this one. This one I have the full context, so Stugotz will tell you the answer. He actually doesn't say it, but you'll know what it is.
I mean, I imagine he searched far and wide. Just someone clear me, please.
He said he means to say doctor. He's looking for some athlete to be cleared, and he just says
Oh,
doc.
so
and
that's doctor.
Rivers?
That's doctor,
It's
and
doctor.
then him tased in the
Right.
middle
I
of
wouldn't
doctor.
I mean,
I
I
wouldn't have-
imagine he searched far and wide. Just someone clear me, please.
I wouldn't have
not
got
fair.
that in context.
Any doc.
Seriously.
That's not fair. No, but listen to what he's saying.
Even when you give me the sentence, I didn't know that was doctor.
Hey, do you realize even if you told him it was doctor, you would stump him so much he would not know it is doctor. That is.
I don't understand how he can make the noise. That's the piece that's odd because it's almost like I need to see his lips moving to know. How do you make that? What happens to you?
Moneyball, if you get this one, we're tied. This will be a Moneyball. If you get this one, we will be tied, and then we will have a fifth one we can go to because everyone enjoys this so
And
much.
everything's fine.
Okay, I don't agree. Let's see what we have here.
Brought up.
Third frog.
Brought up.
Grandfather
It
frog.
really is.
It
We've
is.
got
Brought
three
up.
It is.
frogs.
It is a frog. A frog farm. It is a farm of frogs.
Brought up. Rumor. Brought up.
I think is it one word?
One word.
Is it
Brought
rumor?
up.
Say it.
Rumor.
Rumor. That is incorrect. Any guesses from the room?
Let me hear it again.
Brought up.
Protocol?
I was going to guess protocol.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
Sure,
see.
That Tua was going to be in concussion protocol.
Oh, very good.
You're
Very
right. It
good.
does feel good to win.
It does
See,
feel good to
doesn't
win.
it?
I wish Mitch.
wouldn't know.
I wish he never felt it. Yes.
I have felt it.
Let's see what we have here. Give me another
This
one.
is the final one, and this is 2 words, and I will say it's 2 small words.
This is the only way you've won, and I will grant you the victory if you get this. If you get this one, you win. This
Can
one.
you remember that you say this though?
This
Because every
one is
time I
worth
win
6
this way-
points. This you never win this
6
way. You've
points.
never won this
See,
way.
this is what I'm talking.
This
2
is-
short words here.
Demu.
Also a frog drowning.
This is a frog diving.
It's bouncing around on the ground. It's just a very happy frog.
Remember, 2 words.
The Kimbe Mutombo.
Small words.
Got a guess, John?
No, come just keep playing it.
All right. Let's just.
It's
You're not
worth-
going to
it's,
get
I don't know
it's
what it
worth
is.
a lot. You want
6
to take
points.
a guess? You might be able to win for the first time ever. Just take a guess. Maybe you'll get it right, like we got lucky on protocol.
One more time. No, I've got nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. He is saying is a. Here it is.
Dan is a more relaxed person. Dan is a more relaxed person. Dan is a more relaxed person.
Ah, what 2 words did you say it was?
Is a.
Oh no, the is not in there.
Dan is a more
No.
relaxed person.
In the small sound he played, is not in there.
Dan is a
'Cause
more
there's-
relaxed person.
You've missed a piece of it. You've missed a piece.
You've missed a piece.
Cheating!
You've missed a piece.
Let me listen to the short one again. Oh, you're right.
Yes!
Oh, Chris.
You cheated him.
man.
Disqualified for cheating. He wins because you're disqualified. Want to thank everyone who participated with the toy drive this year. We will continue to make that a thing that's less hastily planned by me than this year's was. The Santas got skinnier. over the course of the week, but not less entertaining. We went from Tony at Cuban Santa.
Very big.
Very, very physically big,
Thank
yes,
you.
but fit. And then we went to Roy, who is skinnier or less thick, and now we are on the
Thanks, Dan.
the skinniest. Well, this is the skinniest Santa I've ever seen, though. The laziest one as well. I don't think in the history of Santas there has been one quite this pathetic, really, if I'm being honest. She's barely given any effort to the beard, but she collected more toys than the rest of you. The rest of you didn't do anything spectacular in the way of collecting toys. You got some, you did well, but I'm told that Rose has done better than any of you. Not that this is a competition necessarily.
It's
Rose,
about the kids, Dan.
Well, who's making it a competition?
Rose,
who might that be?
Thank you. I don't know. Do you know where I can find an answer to my question? I will conduct an investigation immediately. I will put myself in charge of that investigation. Still dumbfounded. Don't know how it became a competition. Rose, what is happening out there? Conclude our toy drive, please.
Okay, so I have good news and bad news. Good news, my challenge thing worked because I'm drowning in gifts.
Yes.
So thank you, Stan, because Stan sent us a lot of things. Bad news, I'm gonna have to go skydiving, but we're doing great. Look at this. Wow, I think we did pretty great today.
Okay, excellent work. Next year, I think we need to have competitive Santas, rotating Santas, more aggressive Santas to see who can collect the most toys and make it a competition where everyone gets mad at each other.
Unclear where this is coming from.
So I'd like to do it that way if we could. We're going to go to Juju in a second, but Rose, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you. Enjoy the holidays. If we don't talk to you again, you're the breakout star of 2024. I believe at the end of the year, we've got a giant run that has you as the breakout star. So thank you for all your work on the show over the course of the last month.
Thank you, bless you, and thank you everybody who donated. We love you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just yes, I'm sorry. I see a lot of clattering in the background there.
Like you said that, and Rose has been an amazing star, but you said the breakout star, and we kind of back here said, well, hold on, there are other names on that list, like for instance.
No.
Welcome to the VIP.
No, I don't know.
Did Rose break the Bill Belichick story?
No, Taylor can't
Or
be
Freddie
a star.
Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens coaching the Fenway Bowl.
He stopped listening after Kitchen.
Okay. No, Taylor doesn't get to be famous around here. Les Taylor, thank you. More Juju. That's what I'm saying. Juju is one of our growing stars here on the network, and his Thursday Thunder has been hurting. He and Billy Gill, when they give you gambling advice, they want you to win. They care deeply. They don't want to cost you money.
It's that damn fourth leg.
Yeah.
The fourth leg, yes. Well, 4-team parlays, I think you guys are crazy. You guys weren't winning the 3-team parlays, and so you went to the 4-team parlays. That does not seem to be the way to do it.
The tricky thing is the third leg can often be tricky as well. So, it's a parlay. It's risk-reward.
To be fair, once they went from 3 to 4, they started getting 3 legs
Three,
right.
exactly.
So
Attaboy. Thank you.
There's progress here.
There has been nothing funnier today than the audio audience hearing you talk each time, knowing that you've got a bag full of nickels in your left cheek. I hear it every time you speak. It's my favorite when you're making serious good points. Can you do me a favor? Can, by the end of this segment, you nail the dismount of this show by making a really great societal point that is filled with a great deal of philosophy, wisdom, and unique Amin perspective, but is also said in a way that makes it clear that you have a bag full of nickels in your left cheek?
Let's do Thursday.
Juju, let's do
good job,
Thursday
Amin.
Thunder right now. Let's play the imaging for Thursday Thunder.
That's right, Dan. Thursday Thunder. It's brought to you by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you're going to hear more about what DraftKings has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Juju, what do you got?
Yes, sir, Ski. I'm happy to be back. Last week, Thursday Thunder was a poop on the street, a stinking turd, sponsored by me. So I take accountability. I'm sorry, America. What was I thinking? But tonight, I see Justin Herbert throwing to my brother Stone Smart, the biggest, the baddest since Will the Thrill Dissly has been out with an injury. Stone Smart has stepped up, and I say he will catch over 3.5 catches tonight against your Denver Broncos.
I think the way we should sell this is by saying not a poop on the street. This bet we don't we promise we don't promise much around here. We just promise we'll be above a poop on the street.
Yes, and you can also catch this fade, or not catch this fade. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the league that needs a 3-point dunk instituted some kind of way in the paint. Walker Kessler, gangster, the biggest gangster in Utah. Walker Kessler, he will get over 10.5 points tonight against your Detroit Pistons.
Forgive me, on the screen right now, I have 9.5 points. I have on the screen 9.5 points, but
yes, sir.
So Juju's saying 10.5 points. You're saying Kessler's going over both of those.
You know what that is? That's an early birthday presents for our big brothers and sisters at DraftKings, baby. On the spot. You just witnessed a live miracle. So, yes, over 9.5 points tonight from big gangster Kessler. You dig me?
And the third leg?
The third leg, we're going to travel. We're going to stay in the association, but we're going to visit my brother, Tom Haberstroh land. Because if you didn't know, Tom Haberstroh is on the call for the Portland Trail Blazers every game. Check my boy out. So you got to know I'm going with my dog, Tumani Kamir, tonight over 8.5 points. Because, bruh, he from Georgia. He went to Georgia with Ant-Man. I always love his game, and I know that after this break, he is invigorated. He want to give us 9 points tonight. So over 8.5 points tonight for Tumani Kamir.
All right. He cares about this deeply. He and Billy, I don't know what happened. Do we know what happened to BBB this week? Because I felt
They took
like
a shit, Dan.
yeah.
I think he got them all wrong.
Don't worry about it. That's old stuff. Don't worry about old stuff.
No, the only reason I bring it up is because he's mad at me because I brought a lot of attention to it. And Juju and Billy, they care about this in a way that's not reasonable. Like, I want them to just make the picks and let go of it and be good with it, but they feel all sorts of bad for costing people money. Thursday.
Making picks is hard, dude. You're riding us hard, dude. It's high pressure. We want to win for the people. I don't need to be reminded that making picks is hard. I know plenty damn well that making picks is hard. How about you make a damn pick?
You know what? I want to. Listen. We're in a DraftKings contract year, and I should tell DraftKings, you want me to be a part? I've never been about commercialized content. I've never done it before. I don't do that. But I might be willing to do it as part of negotiation.
It's an interesting thing to say during a sponsored segment, but go for it. Keep cooking, Mike.
I'm saying me personally.
You're in the segment, buddy.
Making picks and putting my ass on the line the way Juju and Billy are, that's not something I've ever done before.
Ass on the line.
That's a big line.
Ass on the line.
My ass is on the line. And guess what? Gambling problem, Hope NY. Dial it right now because guess what? We gamble responsibly around here.
That is correct. Juju, what else do you have in the way of critique on today's show on people being mad or titillated by anything we did today? I'm hoping they found us funny every time. If you listen this just on audio, I'm hoping they found us funny every time I did the way Amin sounded, reminding me that his face doesn't work.
That was a shocker to a lot of people today. Also, too, before I get to this, great point with the GOAT Paul George thing with the underdogs you did. Oh, my God, off the top rope, frog splash. But the question that has the internet ablaze today is, does College Mike have abs?
Remember?
Holy moly. Without working out, 75% of the audience says, no, he does not. I'm sorry, Mike.
Maybe you should start exercising.
There were two abs that seemed like they were sitting atop a beer gut.
The studio monitors are all kind of wonky. Look, like get rid of the lower third. I definitely see 4.
Right.
And, he's got 4.5.
Yeah, I think those are abs, especially coming from a sit-downer like myself. Those are abs. I wish I had those abs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd kill for those abs.
It kind of just fades away, though, after the first two rows.
Yeah, he's got to do some leg raises.
I mean, if you live in an ab house, don't throw stones. However that works.
What else you got for us, Juju?
Well, sticking to the code, can you have six-pack abs without working out? 72% of the audience says no, you cannot.
Where are we on this? Like, where are we going to come to a conclusion on this?
I mean, Roy was a pretty good example. Roy had 6-pack abs, and he wasn't really doing that.
Yeah, right.
Then he turned 35.
Let's see, Roy.
It stopped.
No, I am not lifting my shirt. No, I'm 190 pounds now.
I got a homeboy named Solomon. He at the house. He done had 6-pack abs his entire life, and he hasn't worked out a day, and he drinks more than everybody. So that person does exist, but yeah, he's just not as common.
He does not drink more than Greg Cody. Chris, I was with your dad last night. Can we put this up again on the screen, please? I want everyone to see what it looks like when a 70-year-old man who's already 8 beers in and he decides to do a tequila shot off of a hockey stick ends up next to David Dwork in a moment of real community, and the two of them throw their arms up in the air triumphantly. I did not have any of that happening at the holiday party. It was a moment of soulful connection that I was just shocked by, primarily because Dwork was right in the middle of it.
Like a dry Roy in the background, too.
There he is.
Dry ass just watching.
You know what? Look at Troy. Dry Roy in the background.
Longing.
As Greg Cody steals his good friend Dwork, there in the background is Roy staring.
Like I said, I hope y'all choke.
It's a totally dry Roy, a Droy.
One of the bartenders called my dad her spirit animal.
No, I can't believe that we have the shot live of Roy
smirking,
losing his friend Dwork to an older man right there, stolen out from under him at the bar.
That is a hater meme.
So jealous.
Are you jealous? Are you jealous there that it's drinking or that your partner has run off with a 70-year-old man? Which is making you jealous there?
Yes.
Troy.
Juju, what else do you have for us? Any critique or criticism from today's show?
It's nothing gonna top that, bro. I feel like
all right, very
like
good.
I know the out one.
All right,
got one.
all right.
You're welcome.
All right, you got to see it on YouTube. There it is in the shadows. Joy being jealous that his partner has been stolen by Greg Cody.
What's up, everybody? Tony here. Do you love sports betting as much as I do? Wish you can get that extra edge? Well, I've got great news for you. Masterclass, which I love, by the way, just dropped Bet Smart, Top Sports Betting Strategies, a game-changing course taught by GOATs, taught by the pros, such as Nick Kostos, Captain Jack Andrews, Joe Fotenbaugh. Learn directly from the pros as they share insider secrets on managing your bankroll, spotting hidden gems, and avoiding those rookie mistakes that could cost you big. I'm always looking for useful tips and tricks to improve my bankroll and just to be a better bettor in general. That's why I took the Bet Smart Top Sports Betting Strategies class. I consider myself a pretty confident bettor when I hear Rob Pizzola, when I hear Captain Jack break down the pros and the cons of flat staking, of protecting your bankroll against bad bets, a lot of different things that we don't think about as regular bettors. I realized I wasn't betting to my full potential, and that's why I love taking this class with Masterclass. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50%. Head over to masterclass.com/DLB for the current offer. That's up to 50% off. Masterclass.com/DLB. Masterclass.com/DLB. And remember, all sports betting involves risk, and you're responsible for complying with all sports betting laws in your jurisdiction.